Dr. Olena Kovaleska, I am so excited for this conversation because you have such an interesting background and originally studied to be a doctor, a medical doctor, and somehow figured out a way to also grow an international matchmaking business over the past 26 years. How did you make the transition from doctor to matchmaker?
First of all, Arlene, I would like to thank you for inviting me for this amazing interview, and I really appreciate everything you do for matchmakers and for me personally, for your encouragement. So, it's a long road to become a matchmaker, and it's become my mission. My background is in medicine, and I spent years understanding people, not just treating symptoms. So, matchmaking became like a natural continuation of my work and helping people build healthy relationship before problem even begin become like my mission.
How has your medical background informed your matchmaking process and how you do things as a matchmaker?
I would say that I learned deeply how to listen to people first. So my background helping me their life experience since they was kids because it's influential of their psychological status when they was kids is really important when they grown up. People when they grow they reflect what they see between their parents, majority of them, and no wonder why they attract similar kind of partner when they grow up. So when I ask them very personal detailed question, I try to help them to understand why they keep choosing the same type of partners. It's not about why it's not working, it's about why they keep choosing the same type of partners. And when they really understand it, that's where real matchmaking begins.
Yeah, it's a breakthrough. It's transformational. And it's
Yeah.
funny, what I'm hearing is you're doing a lot of observation and actually finding those patterns so that you can have that pattern interrupt. Now, you have a particular niche because you came from Ukraine. And as you know, what we have in common, my husband's grandfather came from the Ukraine and he still has family there. So tell us a little bit about the kind of clients that you work with specifically.
I wanted to add, first of all, that I've learned that compatibility is really about checking boxes. It's more about like emotional maturity, shared values, vision for the future, and the possibility to bring peace into each other's life. So, and the clients I really love to working with are mainly successful entrepreneurs, business owners, medical doctors. I understand how busy and crazy their life is and what they're really missing. And I've learned that no matter that you can have successful career, but it does not mean you have a successful personal life. Majority of the people, successful people, spend more time planning vacation than planning their personal life. So I helping them navigate that decision wisely and with intention.
So
Exactly. To have a lot of courage to tell my clients what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear.
that's important. Absolutely. You're a truth teller, which I love as well. Now, your clients are all men?
Majority of my clients are men, but recently I started to work with ladies as well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I do not take many clients at the same time because I do this work personally and I focus on each client like deeply. So I take a lot of time. I meet my clients many times before I realize if I can really help them to find what they are looking for. I encourage them to record small introductory video because It helps potential matches to see their personality, their energy, feel their energy better, and make them feel like, is this person can be a right match for me? I encourage my clients to dressing up properly, to make a beautiful photo shoot. I try to improve all important small steps that influence on the final result. So it's important for me to focus on final result. I know that no one matchmaker can guarantee result, but in my mind, if I feel the person, if I'm sure I can help him and he listen my advices, in 99% cases, we achieve the goal.
That's really wonderful, and that's a pretty significant stat. And I think that seems to me like kind of like a doctor behavior where
Yeah,
you're just like
be, be,
trying to get to
I
the root
agree with
cause.
you. Being a medical doctor helped me to ask quite intimate questions, quite maybe sometimes not pleasant questions for my future clients, but that is how I learn them deeply. I understand them better, and as better I know them, as better I match. So I ask them to be completely transparent, completely open, everything what they tell me. I'm like a priest. Everything they tell me, I keep only for myself, according to my medical ground, medical ethics, plus my matchmaking. So I really love what I do and do it with all my passion.
There's no question. I can vouch for that because I remember certain things that we were going through during the program where you said, "Well, that's a confidential thing that I don't want to disclose." And I really commend you for being that type of practitioner who is so conscientious about your caring for your clients, their privacy. And I love the thoughtfulness of, like you said, meeting multiple times before you accept a client in because you only want to take a client that you actually can help. And that's such an important thing. It's just, I think it's very thoughtful. And I so appreciate that coming from the ethics and compliance side of things.
Thank you so much, Arlene. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of integrity to work with people. Like integrity, I would, and trust, because when I was a medical doctor, people trust their health. In matchmaking is the same. They trust their one of the most important decisions of their life to me. And if I really feel like I can help them, I actually do it.
It's not, oh, just introduce me to someone like your friends. Oh, you're a matchmaker. Oh, can you introduce me? It's not that simple. It's very complicated, very involved.
Yes, exactly. So I think matchmaking is not about matching people. It's more about trust. And I would advise the young matchmaker generation, they first have to listen to their clients first before starting to search for them. First is listening, a lot of listening, a lot of very deeply conversation, very open, honest conversation, sometimes unpleasant conversation. Sometimes I prefer to lose someone as a client instead of trying to tell him just what he wants to hear, because I care about my reputation, and in majority cases they come back to me and say like, you was the one who told me honestly that it will not work, and that is why you propose me a completely different strategy. I said, yeah, if you want to save time, we can do one strategy. If you have enough time, we can build completely different strategy, and I share the difference. So I always create a strategy according to the plans for the future of my clients, according to timing, according to their mindset, plans for the future. That is really important. So
Oh my gosh, I love, you hit the nail on the head when you said strategy and really creating a strategy for the individual because people get caught up with their packages and what they charge and all this. But every person is different, literally. So, I mean, that I could see why you've lasted 26 years, which by the way is very hard to believe because you look like you're 26. So I don't know how the heck you put 26 years in.
Thanks to my parents' genes, it's not my fault.
What has changed? I know you started your business in the Ukraine, and obviously, with everything going on, you've now moved to the United States. Has doing matchmaking changed for you here in the US? And like, give me some examples of the things that might be different here versus doing business over there.
Oh, it's a very, very important question, very hard question. The way we did it in Ukraine was very similar, but we have different standards in many ways and little bit different approach to matchmaking. It was much more simple because I used to meet clients in my office. Guys from all around the world come to my office every day, and it was so many people every day, so many clients. And I was working more than 15 years as a personal assistant for high net worth individuals. And that is how I learn how they think, how they solve problems, what is their pain point, what is their mindset, what do they really need. So I was not working with them only in Ukraine. Sometimes we travel abroad together to meet potential matches, and they helped me to build my mindset and to grow my business as well. I was not very confident when I just started my business because I did not have business skills after finishing medical university. I just had a huge desire not only create families but create real legacy, that couple have beautiful kids and change their life for future generation. That was my goal, and I never forget about the reason why I started my agency and changed the direction of my life. I really planned to be just a medical doctor, but God navigate me to a different road, and that is inspired me for more than 26 years now. It will be 27 in October 11.
Wow.
I can't believe. I can't believe so. And your course of LPMA helped me understand so many things. I was like, every session that we have, I go to bed with thinking like, oh my God, if I had this course 26 years ago when I started, it helps me to avoid like thousands of mistakes. So I built my business on my own mistakes. I did not have enough knowledge. I just had courage and my huge love to people. And I'm so grateful to United States to supporting Ukraine. I'm grateful to Professional Love Connectors to supporting me as a matchmaker and welcome me as a matchmaker here in United States. I've built amazing relationship with majority of them, and we already created few happy couples together and they got married. So I feel very blessed and happy in this beautiful, great country. And I'm just happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you because you are an amazing person and your contribution and what you're doing. By the way, thank you so much for those kind words. People are going to start to think that I'm paying the folks that I'm interviewing to say these things, but I really do appreciate it because I learned everything that I teach now, I learned from my own mistakes as well. So, I mean, you either learn by your own mistakes or you go take a course that teaches you what you
Yeah.
need to learn up front. It's one way or the other, you're going to have to learn.
Yes, yes. And we need to learn all our life because even I learn from every of my client, every of introduction from their feedback. When they share their life, I also learn. I learn a lot for myself and I learn for my future clients. So without their feedback, without their courage, my business would never last 26 years. They inspired me to continue by being grateful, by telling me what they tell me after they meet someone, because it's completely changed direction of their life. And I always tell them that matchmaking is not meeting someone who checking all your boxes. It's meeting someone who resonates with you on the same frequency, someone who laughing from the same thing, someone who enjoy what you do, no matter what is your hobbies. They will support you. They will make you feel you can be yourself in these relationships, and you can feel finally you can breathe, and you don't need to perform in these relationships. You need to feel connected, true connection, true trust, and true love. Love is all about giving. If you don't feel your partner want to share with you, only want to take, it's not about love. It's about using. That is how I always tell ladies and guys clients. I said, be kind, be giving, sharing, because how to say correctly, we should love people and use equipment, not opposite way around.
That is such a great point because when I used to coach people, I would ask, how much are you willing to give? Because if you're going into relationships to get, that's not the right approach because you give a lot when you're in a relationship, but you do it lovingly and you want to. I want to give some advice to anyone who's considering going into matchmaking. I really do think that we need more matchmakers. And if somebody's considering going into matchmaking, what advice would you give them?
I would say learn first how to understand people before trying to match them. Great matchmakers start with listening, not searching. That is, I think, one of the most important, what I would share with them.
Yeah.
And I would say that the skills that makes a matchmaker great is a lot of integrity, curiosity, and trust. And definitely courage to tell your client what he really needs to hear, not what he wants to hear from you just to sell the package. It's a completely different story. I inspire them not to accept people if they don't feel they can help them. So that is important. And it helps more people trust matchmakers, because after some unpleasant experience, it's hard for people to come back to a new matchmaker.
That's really, really good advice. I feel like there's a misconception. I've worked with a lot of matchmakers that are not in the country. And you used to have a business based out of Ukraine, and men came from all over the world to meet with you and meet Ukrainian women. Tell us a little bit about that because I'm sure you dealt with some men who would show up thinking one thing and then they would be like, that's not how it works.
The biggest misconception that guys think that international matchmaking is something different from local matchmaking. In some point, yes, but in majority cases, is all about personality. It's not about color of skin, religion, or ethnicity. It's all about their life experience, their vibration, their kind heart, the way they look at you, the way they laugh with you. If you feel that strong connection, it doesn't matter where this person located, in Asia, in China, in Ukraine, in United States. The most important for me when I interview people to feel that connection, to feel that vibration. And my brain was transformed during 26 years when I interview someone. My brain sent me the names of the ladies who already match in the same frequency. It's hard to understand that or explain the way I explain right now, but it truly is. And then when I put their names to potential matches, somehow I see that our CRM system also think they could be one of the best matches. So I never look at the AI, what they recommend, because I trust my own intuition and my ability to understand people. I've learned it a lot. I learned it all my life how to understand people. I never judge them, no one of them. I try to understand. Everything happened for a reason. If you are kind, there is a reason. If you are angry or unhappy, there is a reason. So when you understand why, you can help the person completely change their life direction, completely change to be more happy and see our world in colorful colors, not only in black or white. That is important.
You are such an inspiration, and I really hope that anyone listening to this really gets a lot out of it. And if it's someone who is out there dating and wants to work with an ethical matchmaker with experience, knowledge, and who is so respectful and thoughtful, I highly recommend that they reach out to you. Tell everyone how they can get in touch with you.
I have a website, I have a LinkedIn, I have open email address, and so I'm here for everyone who really want to be in touch with me. So I would prefer probably somebody contact me on LinkedIn because I can see who is contacting me and have some jokes before going on video call or something. So it's really amazing. I prefer to meet people by video calls, not just audio calls. This way you can feel personality, you can feel energy, you can see the shine from the eyes of the person. And that is how I understand if I can help the person. So
Yeah. I'm with you 100%. And so we'll make sure to include all of your details in the show notes and the name of your company, which is International Love Match.
yes, in Ukraine, our company called Happy Family, and the company that is 26 years old already. And I started International Love Match here in the United States 3.5 years ago. And I would like to thank one more time for this great country, for this amazing opportunity I only dream about for a long time.
Well, we're grateful to have you. Olena, thank you so much for this opportunity to have a conversation with you.
Thank you so much, Arlene, for such amazing opportunity, for your kindness, for your professionalism, for your enormous help for me to navigate and build this business here in this great country.
Thank you.
Thank you.